right, welcome everybody. I am here with the one and only legendary pop singer, and a lot of people actually compare him to Michael Jackson. He's internationally known and is a household name. Jazzy B has broken many records. He's sold out at the Canada Wonderland in 2006, where they had to close the gates. He has an audience over 50,000 people in India. He has come up with over 15 different albums. Some of the popular ones he wrote himself. He's been in 2 feature films, and the list goes on and on. He's in town here today in Surrey, Vancouver, to do a show on July the 7th at Queen Elizabeth Theatre, which will be starting at 7:30. But before we get to the show, let's talk to him. Let's get to know him. We're gonna actually take a journey back 25 years when he first started his career in 1993. Jazzy has been the gem. He has been the star in many faces. He has basically changed the face of Surrey. Surrey's got a bad rap here and there, but this is one guy who didn't change the rap here in Surrey, but he has actually mentored many of the youth that follow him. When it comes to issues such as gang, when it comes to negativity, cyberbullying, he's the first guy who is to say, I'm a proud Surrey guy, born and raised, and I don't tolerate that. It's good to have a true leader who we can use as an example and has made it in the international way, but still remains humble. I've known Jazzy since he started back in '93, and our friendship has been true. Few times I've seen Jazzy, I thought myself, oh, you know what, Jazzy's so far up, he probably forgot about the little Sook. But this guy will never forget. He'll actually come up to you and say, what's going on? I respect the man, and what he's done for the community is wonderful, and it's mind-blowing. We all need to get together and follow a leader like this. He's just got a different platform, but he is a leader. If we show him love, believe me, as a counselor, as a Canadian Armed Force officer, as the CEO of Media Group, this is the man I would bet my money on who will shape the way our society is going in a positive direction. But everybody needs love. Everybody needs support. He is where he is because of you folks made him there. But we need to crank that few notches up. We need to take him further. And the only way to do it is embrace what he's done. You know, he's been inducted in the Hall of Fame. He's got a star on our own very Granville Street. So without any more, let's welcome our superstar, Jazzy.
Thanks, Luke, man. Always a pleasure. Thank you. I couldn't say it better, man. That's a lot of love from you, and I can feel that love. And that's what it's all about. You know, we know each other. Oh, man, Rangila dances days, you know, and I don't forget people. And, you know, that goes list with all my friends who I grew up with in Surrey.
Yeah.
You know, who were the nicest guy back then. You know, years later, you find out they got into drugs, they got into gangs, you know, and I always took time to tell them, you know, there is a light, you know, after that dark tunnel. Come on, guys, don't do that. Don't try to make easy money. It doesn't pay off at the end of the day. And some of those guys are not here anymore. You know, they were best friends with me, man. And I hate to say that it's happening right now, you know, and I hate it every time, you know, people diss Surrey. I get offended. I don't like that. This is my town, man. I grew up here. I still, you know, I represent every song. There's always a song where Surrey's in it, and awesome. I'll feel proud of it. You know, it's not the place that's bad. It's, you know, you get some bad people.
Yeah.
They come and make the place bad. So I think we all, as a community, as me being a singer, a lot of kids look up to me. I think it's my duty to, you know, tell the kids it's not worth it. You know, work with ਦਸਾਂ ਨੋਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਕਮਾਈ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੇ ਬਾਬਾ ਨਾਨਕ ਜੀ ਕਹਿ ਗਏ ਨੇ and there's nothing like it. You know, I didn't just become a singer overnight. You know, I did, you know, food stop, you know, convenience store, working 24/7, construction, and of course berry picking. You know, I tell this to my kids now because you haven't done that. That's a Canadian tradition. You have to go berry pick when you're off your, you know, school. You guys are on your gadgets and doing all this. We had none of this.
That's right.
And I'm glad we didn't. You know, because I see these kids sitting together on a dinner table. None of them are talking to each other. You know, it's just like,
That's it.
playing on the game, and it's heartbroken, seriously. I see those kids just not playing outside where we used to play, pick up a hockey.
That's it.
And I still do that with my son or with my nephews, whoever I see on the street.
Yeah.
I pick up a hockey, I play ball hockey still. And that's what Surrey is all about. It's not about killing this and that or drugs. Nah, man, it's more beautiful than that.
Beautiful. But one of the things I have to say, when you look at the drug scene, you look at the youth scene, we're always looking for our own identity.
Yeah.
And you know what? You at a young age had your own unique style.
Yeah.
You've got your hair a certain way, you wear your clothes this way. Yeah. What gave you the inner strength to be that individual without just going, rather than just going with the flow?
When I started with my hair, even my parents, said, "Oh, can you lose kadya? What is it? Why do you look like this?" No, this is the one thing I want to tell. It's still going on these days.
Yeah.
People don't believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself before anybody else could believe it. ਸਾਡੇ ਉਸਤਾਦ ਜੀ ਕੁਲਦੀਪ ਮਾਨਕ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਤੇ ਮਾਣ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ। ਜੇ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਤੇ ਮਾਣ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਹੋਰ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਤੇ ਮਾਣ ਕਰੂਗਾ? If you don't believe in yourself, who else is going to believe in you? So all the kids out there, I did it. A lot of people told me, "Oh, don't do your hair like this. Just be a normal. You got a nice voice, but dress like certain way." I go, "No, this is who I am."
Yeah.
I had to make a point. I made it. Yes, it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
A lot of people told me, "Oh no, you're making a fool out of yourself." Some people still, right now, if I post something, some people will write, "Oh, you look like a clown." I go, "Yeah." After 25 years, I'm a clown.
Yeah.
And thank God for making me a clown. I'm the one who's smiling.
That's right.
So
yeah.
that's the way you got to take it. Don't get offended if somebody writes bad stuff. Just ignore it. Obviously that person is sitting there and he got that much time that he's thinking about you. He got a time. He's wasting his own energy, his own mind, and he's angry. Yeah. So just take that as a positive thing and try to turn it around.
There you go, folks. What he's basically talking about, if you don't have the inner strength, right, find ways to find the inner strength, but stand up for yourself. There are so many people out there that are true mentors that will guide us the right way. But, when it comes to bowling, don't stand up for it. When it comes to gang, even though it may seem like a luxurious life, but it's not, it's a dead-end street. We need to reroute, do a journey within, and be strong, become leaders like we have here, who's international star, who's promoting not only our culture, but everyone else. So, Jazzy, let's talk about your journey 25 years later. You started in 93.
93.
And what's going
well,
on,
I mean, it started obviously before that, but 93 was officially when my album, Cookie and the Joda, got released. Speaking of the journey, yeah, I had ups and downs before, you know what I mean? Obviously, I grew up on the streets of Surrey. The gangs or the drugs were back then here as well. But what we like to do is we blame the music. I remember back then it was like blaming the rap music, and blaming, these guys are showing guns. The guns are always going to be there. The guns in the stores. That doesn't mean you go buy and kill somebody. You know what I mean? That's the only problem I think I see it. I travel a lot. I meet a lot of people, and they always seem to blame somebody. Okay. They don't blame themselves. So I think every individual have their own, mind, what they want to do. Yeah. So don't blame music. I think music is a beautiful thing. Because of music, I think I'm saved. I could have gone down that road. Yeah. How my friends went. Yeah. They're not in this world. I could have gone there easily. I said, why not? Easy money, let's do that. Yeah. But because of music, because of passion, I left Surrey. Nobody knew me in England. Yeah. I moved there, lived with like a bunch of guys together, washing my own pande, my own kapade and all that, dishes and everything.
I still wash them.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, the फिर धोने पैने हैं. Oh, the धोने पैने हैं ना. तेरे pande, मेरे pande 50-50. Right? So all it is like you gotta have the dream. Yeah. I always say this, to achieve it, you have to dream it and dream big. And people tell you like, oh, no, that's impossible. People told me when I started, well, you ain't gonna make it. Yeah. But hey, slow and steady wins the race. So like, have a hobby. What do you guys want to do? The gang and the drugs, that's just a death at the end of the day. It's today or 2 years later. You don't have, you have to look over your shoulder. I feel proud. Like I can walk down the street. It doesn't matter. I'm Jazzy B. I got nothing to scare about. You know what I mean? I earned my spot. I didn't make it easy.
Well, people respect you. Does it? All ages, all generations, all cultures respect you. So the 93 was a big hit. You started your journey from there. Let's go fast forward a little bit more after 93.
Yeah, well, after '93, Cookie and the Joda was released. Obviously, we didn't expect that, that kind of response from people. I remember the first time the song came, actually, even before the album. Sabji Suraj, a very good friend of mine, used to work at Des Pradesh presenter. There was a show in here, Surrey Arts Centre.
Right.
She'd sing the Janam Din Manone Hunde Si. I had a chance to sing one song there. Right, nobody knew me, and actually he played it like that, recorded that, and played it on Des Pradesh. My family gathering ran, and that's when they realized, okay, this guy's serious. So from there, recorded Kugina Joda, met obviously Shinda Paji, Bobby Nagra, and all those guys. They're like, Shinda Paji goes, if you're serious, you have to come to England. Boom, packed my bag, left my mom and dad, my brothers and sisters. That's it, to UK. That's where things got serious. Started working, performed at one of the Asian Pop Music Awards. Everybody were there. Malki Singh, Apna Sangeet, Premi, Apache Indian, Belly Sagu, you name it, man. And I'm the kid from Surrey.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody know me with a wacky hairdo, with a baggy ass jeans. You know what I mean? Just walking, and everybody's like, but I did made them turn.
Yeah.
And that was my whole point.
There you go.
Turn. Went on the stage and sang Cookie and the Joda. People just went crazy. They want to hear another song.
Okay.
The London Patola wasn't even recorded.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I sang that. People just went crazy. I remember Belly Sagu coming up to me. He goes, "Kid, you got fire. Keep it going. You're a big star." So those words, man, meant something to me. You know what I mean? And that's it, man. The journey started. Next day, my friend Ambi Bilga, his phone started ringing. Who is this guy? We want to book him. That's it. I didn't go there to stay there, but it just happened.
Well, I have to give hats off to Bali Sagu, and I see you in the same vision. When I started at Ringila Dance School back in '94, a lot of the kids could not relate to the music.
Yeah.
So Bali Sagu remixed some of the old school music, and we were able to capture that beat, and all of a sudden the kids from Canada were able to relate to the music. And so he did the remixing, but you did something totally different.
Yeah.
You actually started the music right from where the Canadian kids can understand and relate to the music.
Yeah, that's it. And I think that's one thing I'm really lucky like that. Even now, my music appeals from 2 years to 90 years old, and that's a good thing about it. And, performing at weddings, meeting the kids, it's just like, they know your songs. They're only like 2, 3 years old, man. And that's just love. I think that's what keeps me going, man.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so you went to UK, and then how did this whole thing go in India? So from there you moved to India.
Yeah, I went to India the first time in '94. Obviously, one of our producer, promoter, Indrajit Banks, he had the links there. He goes, let's go there now.
Yeah, okay.
We kind of like got England.
Yeah.
And I remember performing at Shonki Mela, Malpur, is a Taddi, Shonki Sahib. And everybody else were obviously all the artists coming from backstage, and me walked through 50,000 people. And when I walked, everybody like, oh, who's this? Who's this? Right? Looking the way I looked.
Yeah.
Went on stage, the same thing. Yeah, I was supposed to sing 2 songs, but ended up being half an hour because they liked it so much. Next day, I'm plastered on all the newspapers.
Nice.
Even though there was so many big stars, nobody knew me.
Yeah.
But I guess my performance, they liked that much. I'm the talk of Pend, the villages, the Shad, everybody's talking about, the Nama Mundaya Canada, the Awaj, the Flana dance karda, and that's it, man. Boom. And journey started to India, man.
Beautiful. And what year was that?
94.
94.
94.
Wow, just
Even before London Prula came, yeah. So,
excellent. Okay, let's forward from there, and then so we're 94, and then what's your next big project where you got that oomph?
Well, that obviously the next project was Folk and Funky. It got released in '95, and the funny thing was, obviously when Kugyana Joda came out, it was only cassette. There was no CD. So '95 that's when the CD was introduced.
Right.
And we're all excited. Oh, Nami Cheez aayi hai, it's a new thing, man. You don't have to forward a song like this. You can just press one and listen to whatever you want. And that album obviously was released by Music Waves here. And it just blown out. The London Patola song, the sound. I think Shinda Paji worked so hard on the album, and every song was loved. Especially London Patola was just going crazy on the DJs here, worldwide, India, England. Just showed me so much love. That's it, man. Had my own group there, Jazzy B and the boys.
Yeah.
We were performing all the midlays, the top clubs in England, and there's a lot of daytimers, 2-3 gigs a day, and it was like wow.
So I understand now you've got a house in India, but you also have a house in England, but your primary residence is in Surrey.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I never thought of it, man. You know what I mean? Never thought of it like I was actually, make it, and still, I think that's one reason I'm kind of down to earth, man. You know what I mean? I think I got it more than I wish, more than I've dreamt. So, that's why I was, thank God, man. You got to be happy whatever you got. We don't appreciate it. We always want more, more, more. No, yeah, it's okay to have like, I want to do this, I want to do this, but appreciate what you have. I think one of the problems we all have is about the future. We always keep thinking about future or the past.
That's right.
We don't enjoy the present. Enjoy the present, man. The day goes by, and that's what it's all about.
Even though you're content with what you have here, but I truly have to say that I think we need to get more and more people giving you more love. For the simple reason you're not just an artist, but you're a leader. And your heart's in the right place. You want to look at some of these social issues, and you want to take the Indian culture to a different level.
Definitely.
What you already have done, but we want to feel that more, so it's a bigger bang for all of us.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm always up for that. Whatever, there's the charities or anything. Like even when I'm in Surrey, I'm always going to schools, talking to the kids. How I started. Don't do drugs, don't do gangs, man. You know what I mean? It's sad. Just last week, the 16, 17 years got killed. It breaks my heart. You know what I mean? Back in the days, there used to be fights, yeah. There always been fights, but there used to be one-on-one.
Yeah.
That's it. Like a piss fight, man. You go, you take
Then
it
you
out.
hug each other.
That's
Whoever
it.
loses,
Yeah.
they
At
hug
the end,
you.
hey, I lost.
That's right.
I've been into those so many times, whatever. But yeah, those were just, that's it. Done and dusted. It's just like a sports. You work it, compete it, whatever. But then the game's over, finish. But now people got so much hate. They hold grudges, and it's hard to say that.
It's a wrong vibe altogether. Yeah, the worst came out that back in the day was either a bat,
Yeah,
bus, or nothing more
but
than
it
that.
was always one-on-one, man. Come on, bring it on. Just like,
right.
see what you got. That's it, really.
Yeah. So let's take you into the different area altogether. Starting 2000, some of your breakthrough. I know that you've also done some films. You've released some really big albums.
Yeah, I mean, I think when I moved to India, the biggest album for me was Surma, Staying Real, they called it in England and Canada, where I got signed to Tips.
Okay.
Tips is one of the biggest company in India, films and, obviously music. I had my first video on 35M.
Yeah.
I remember it was a good friend of mine, Kuki Gulati. He never held the camera. That 135, he's like, shit, man, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I was like, come on, man. I went to Mauritius. We had like John Abraham, who's a big film star right now. He was a model back then. Selena J. Lee. We all like used big stars, and I think that was the breakthrough for me in India. That was the biggest album. When you go to Bombay, you never thought like whatever, playing your Surma tera kair machave, aashk teri akh n jaave, thodi da til baataਂ ਪਾਵੇ, ਆਉਂਦਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਤੱਕਦਾ ਜਾਵੇ, ਹੁਸਨਾ ਦੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦਿਲਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੁੱਟਦੀ ਜਾਵੇ, ਲੁੱਟਦੀ ਜਾਵੇ, ਲੁੱਟਦੀ ਜਾਵੇ. And that song was playing at a club. I'm like, really? My music in Bombay, man, clubs, and all the stars are dancing to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that was the biggest break for me, to get in there. Obviously, after that, OKD came. Nag Samvala Jolfan. That song just nailed it for me. I've seen that song even until today. 18 years later, still playing at the wedding. I have to perform live at 2-3 times.
Yeah.
So I think that just took me to another peak. That's it, man. Then
Beautiful.
that time went on, man.
Excellent.
25 years went like that.
So talk about your films. Like you were involved with 2 films.
Yeah.
What made you shift from music to get into film direction?
Well, my manager, Dinesh, obviously they got their own record company, Sweet Records. They were doing a lot of movies. Obviously being my manager, my friend, he's like, you should do it now. I was like, I actually was signed a film back in when I got signed to Tips.
Okay.
96, 97.
Yeah.
But I didn't like the storylines. They gave me a check and everything. The contract was signed for 2 films.
Yeah.
But I'm like that. Like, nah, if I don't like it, I don't like it. I'm sorry. It's not about the money.
Yeah.
I just don't like the storylines. I didn't want to do it. So then, obviously, years later, then my manager said, oh, you have to do it. Yeah, it was with Gippy. And it done really well. Got to learn a lot.
Yeah.
How the film people works. You know how the filmy drama
That's
is,
right.
man.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I learned a lot. There was a lot of issues going on while we shooting, you know, because obviously being an individual artist, you know what you want, and when there's so many other people involved, there's certain problems or this and that. To cut the story short, I got to learn a lot. Then we shot Romeo Ranja, which I still, the producer owed me money. So that's a filmy people for you.
Fair, yeah.
So I'm coming for you guys, man. Give me my money, man. I worked hard for it.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know, it's I don't know, it's a doggy dog business, man. I'm saying I'm a straight guy, so you know they show something else, do something else, which is wrong. You know, it's not like I'm going to you guys and say, hey, come on, take me for a film. No, man, if you come to me, sign me, then you don't pay me. That's just like,
Believe me, bro.
no, thank you.
I know.
I'll stick to my music.
Yeah, I know all about it. When I had Rangila,
Yeah.
we used to do production manager for a lot of the films in Bombay and all that.
Oh yeah.
I had to run after
Oh
for
my
the
God.
money every time.
Bombay is just a different story, man.
yeah.
ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰੋੜਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ
Huh.
ਬਿੱਲ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ. That's how it is, man. They take you up for a dinner,
Yeah.
and you have to pay the bill.
My bill is only like 2,000, man. Okay. So, anyways, that's awesome. So, you enjoy the film industry. You just don't like the politics behind it.
Yeah, I'm not a politics
shoot
guy,
business.
man. I'm just a straightforward guy. Either you like me or you hate me, it doesn't matter. But I've got my heart in the right place. So that's it, man.
Would you pursue film still?
Yeah, definitely. We got a few scripts that I'm reading, but I got definitely got to be like a good storyline. You know, it works or not, it doesn't matter. That comes after.
Yeah.
Same with our music. You know, we just work hard for it. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but yes, give our 100%.
Yeah. Well, we've been friends since '93 and so forth, and I've been following your work and some of the stuff you've been doing. I know a lot of your inspiration, or the theme always has been religion, and you know the love that you have for your parents, for teaching you the Punjabi language and so forth. I understand that you have produced 3 religious albums.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
let's talk about a little about your inspiration, so our audience can know. And
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, everybody, doesn't matter whatever you are, Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, whatever you are, you believe in your, I think every individual got their own rights to believe whoever they want to believe. Obviously, my mom and dad were Amritari, Sikh, properly believe in Guru Granth Sahib Ji, and that's the way they taught me. The first lesson they taught me was respect your elders, you know, and I think that comes handy. And obviously the religion is very close to, I might not look it, people think, oh, you know what I mean? It's from the heart. Whatever I do, you know, either a song like Buggy, where a lot of controversy was taken, you know, I got death threat from obviously opposite, you know, people who don't like Sikhs. You know what I mean? But I don't care about that. If I do it from the heart. Yeah, there's a lot of negative things. They said stuff about my family, my kids and stuff. It is scary, but I take a stand. If you know,
you're a soldier.
Yeah, so I believe in what I believe in. You know, I might be wrong, but you know, you might be right. But I do what I believe. So without Guru Granth Sahib, without God, I wouldn't be sitting here. That's my belief.
All right, so we're going to be actually talking about the show that's happening on July the 7th at Queen Elizabeth Theatre. It's going to be a sold-out show. I've been to many Jazzy's concerts. The energy is vibrant, it's alive with the lighting, with the sound quality, and of course, having international artists here in our backyard. It's awesome. It's a show you don't want to miss. So let's talk to Jazzy a little bit more about the show.
Yeah, I mean, I got my whole band coming, so it's going to be live. Everything is always live anyways with me. Harjeet Harman, he's another star from India, who kind of appeals more to families, you could say, kind of mellow songs for the ladies. So I think it's a good mixture. That's the reason we got together. You know, we want to bring the families, you know, and obviously my energetic songs, you know, want to make people dance. So I want to just appeal to everyone out there, you know, bring your families, kids, moms, sisters, brothers, you know, everybody should be there. And I think, you know, being from Surrey, you guys owe me that much. So buy your tickets. You could buy your tickets online as well. silktickets.com or Golden Star Video, B4U, or F-Sport ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ Prince, is it? Prince Video. Sorry, F-Sport ਵਾਲੇ Prince Video ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ. Or you could just go online these days, you know, and get your tickets. And but please show up, and I promise you, I'll put my 110%.
Well, one of the things we were talking just before the interview, that this is something you want to do for your supporters, and therefore that you guys kept the ticket quite cheap, that even the students can afford it and all that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's a lot of international students and obviously there's a lot of fans from India. So ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਹੈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਆ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਣੇ ਆਓ ਉੱਧਰ ਨੂੰ 7 ਜੁਲਾਈ ਨੂੰ ਕੁਈਨ ਐਲਿਜ਼ਬeth ਥੀਏਟਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਂਡ ਕਮ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਦ ਸ਼ੋ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡਾ ਸ਼ੋਅ ਕਾਮਯਾਬ ਹੋਣਾ ਸੋ ਵਾਂਟ ਟੂ ਥੈਂਕ ਸਾਬਜੀ ਸਰੋਆ ਫॉर ਹੀ ਇਜ਼ ਆਬਵੀਅਸਲੀ ਵੀ ਬੀਨ friends since 80, 84, 85 as well. So gone through a lot together. So he's not a promoter, he's a friend.
But one of the questions that our audience is going to have is that will they get a chance to get a selfie with you?
Oh, definitely. That's the one thing about me. You know, I never say no to my fans. Doesn't matter how tired I am or wherever I am. Like I've been taking selfie. Like say I'm going through Tim Hortons or McDonald's drive-through. They'll be happening. Can we take a selfie? I go, yeah, come up. You know, whatever. I'm like that, and I think it's because of the fans. I am who I am.
Awesome. There you go, Jazzy B.
Thank you.